Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another discussion video. Today I'm joined by some fantastic people, so yeah. We'll start with Tharies, because everybody knows Tharies.
Hello, nice to see you again. How's everybody doing? I just saw the trailer and it was fantastic. I'm still lost for words, to be honest.
Nice, okay. Elise, do you want to give a little introduction to yourself?
Hello, my name's Elise. I really enjoyed the trailer. I loved the bit where David Tennant says, "Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who YouTube channel." It was so exciting to hear him say that.
Fantastic. And last, we have Rosanna.
Hello, I'm Rosanna. I'm on TikTok. And all my life, it looks so good.
I think that's everyone's sort of main takeaway. It's just like, oh my God, it looks good. Which, it's not like it's been a concern, but like to actually see Doctor Who looking that good,
it's gorgeous. Like it just looks beautiful to look at.
Yeah, it looks like the visuals just look like next level, like the particle effects and like the guns even and things like that. It looks like something on Disney's level, which is really cool to like see.
Or even, you know, like the first shot of London. Like I can see every building, I can see everything clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that is stock footage, but we'll pretend it was all Russell's
Oh.
plan. Russell went up there, he flew up there with his camera. But yeah, today's video, if you hadn't already guessed by the title and our weird introductions here, we are going to be breaking down and discussing our thoughts on the 60th anniversary trailer. Now, I'll just hit us with the big question, right? Big question that brings in all the views. Do we reckon this is going to be, in any form, any way, shape or form, multi-Doctor story? Whether that be Matt Smith, for example, coming back, or if it's just going to be Tennant and Ncuti, do we reckon those two are going to interact?
What?
Like if David Tennant regenerates into Ncuti, I'm thinking they wouldn't meet, surely.
But does he?
It's Doctor Who. They can find a way to bring it in. Like it's not about whether it is plausible. It's about whether they will.
Because also, I thought it's worth noting, in the trailer, you know the shot of Ncuti at the end? He's not in a regenerative clothing. He's in his series 14 costume.
It looked like a new costume to me.
Yeah, it could just be...
It looked like a new costume to me.
It could be the series 14 stuff. Or, because I reckon they're keeping Wild Blue Yonder so secret, so under wraps. And we know that Yasmin Finney said she's worked with Ncuti Gatwa. So it does make me wonder, are they going to do a Tennant meets...
I think so.
Kind of vibe?
I think so. I think that makes sense. I think given there was a line in the trailer that really interested me where it was like something so bad the TARDIS ran away, something to that effect, something like that. So I think that sort of implies time stuff is going to happen. Like obviously it's Doctor Who, but you know what I mean? Like there could be a lot wrong with like the flow of events, and you kind of see that with just Tennant coming along as well. And I mean, I don't know whether you heard it, but a lot of people are pointing out, if you go to the very end of the trailer where you see Ncuti in that weird sort of nebulous like space, you can see like there's a moment where you can hear 13's regeneration, like the Jodie Whittaker does in Power of the Doctor before regenerating, which I don't know whether anyone else caught, but
does that imply that because if Tennant's an incarnation that's gone wrong, are they going to go back to that cliff face and Jodie regenerates into Ncuti or something?
I would love to see that so much. Absolutely.
Yeah. It would be, I don't know, because the only problem with that is it then means new audiences would almost have to go back and watch all the other stuff. And do we want a almost fresh start? But then it is the 60th, so it's like, I don't know.
If that was the plan all along, then they could have just filmed 2 regenerations back from the first one. Because
that'd be quite the plot twist. I don't know. Anyone else got any other big immediate thoughts or questions?
Just looks so good. I know I keep saying that, but it actually does look insane.
I mean, the Toymaker has been officially confirmed now. Neil Patrick Harris is officially playing the Toymaker. That's no longer just leaks that are kind of obvious. It's an actual leak.
I think that's going to be so cool. Like, there's a few shots in there that really intrigue me. There's the one of what looks to be a giant Neil Patrick Harris kind of puppeteering people. And there's also that shot as well of him with like what looks to be an old school Gatling gun type thing on the top of Unit HQ when he's in that like sort of weird I guess, airline pilot, like old school aeroplane pilot with the goggles. You know, when Kate's like, open fire in unit, which by the way, Kate's been confirmed, which is also cool. There's a door behind her that's like wooden, which doesn't seem to blend in with the unit at all. So it sort of implies that maybe the Toymaker has some sort of control over the realm to a degree, where he can maybe manifest things.
What does David Tennant say? Like, he shouts something. It's like, why did it have to be you, or something like that?
Why does it have to be this or something?
Why?
Yeah.
If there's a reference to him being not obviously saying you're the Toymaker, but like as if it is an image from the past coming back. But like, I feel like they do that with every single villain now. They're like, oh no, not this villain, my arch nemesis. Oh, not my other arch nemesis. Oh God, it's the Cyberman again.
It's
like,
the amount of times Russell in the marketing has gone, this is the Doctor's greatest foe. He said it about Monsoon, beat the MEEP.
Yeah.
It's but I do get the feeling this is going to be like incredibly high stakes, because there's also the shot of like the Earth crumbling. What do you think that's all about?
It just looked insane, and like you had all the explosions, and I think the personal aspect of Donna dying is like insane, because that's just a stake at itself, a companion dying.
Yeah, that is the question that's terrifying.
Oh,
is she gonna die?
It's difficult. They seem to be signposting that. They at very least are being very clear in, hey, if the Doctor remembers Donna, you know what happens, you know, brain go boom boom. So to speak. If that happens. I almost think they're leaning into it too much for it to be the case, if you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's an obvious misdirection kind of thing.
I think, they're definitely doing it to try and raise the stakes quite high, but I feel like they'll want to round it off quite nicely, and I don't think they'll kill Donna off. I feel like if they were going to kill her off, they would try and much more subtly like put it in. They wouldn't be like, oh no, Donna, you could die. They just leave loads of clues in the episode so that when it happens, you're like, oh, I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. They're not going to go, oh, is she going to fight? Yep, she's dead now. I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah, and then also they've used it for a lot of comedy. So you've got the slap, you've got the, you know, her being like, don't look at him, he's not here. Stuff like that. So I feel like it's not that serious.
Well, I think Russell always blends, like he said in, it's going really in depth. He says in the writer's tale, not sponsored, but he says comedy and tragedy like go hand in hand. And I think it is right, because if you look at all his stuff, it does like Journey's End jumps from like the highest highs to like the saddest sadnesses in like a millisecond. And also, I do think it's worth looking at Journey's End, because this is the last time he did big finale with Donna. And how many times does Dalek Khan go, oh, one of you will die? None of them died. Rose stands on the beach and goes, this is the story of how I died. She didn't die.
Proceeds not to die.
Yeah, I think I think there's no way that Donna's going to die, because you can't kill Donna.
I feel like if not, they'll go, if she does die, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, we said it back in Journey's End, it just hadn't happened yet. This is closing off of that. I don't know.
They could do. Yeah, that's. I actually see them doing that.
That bit where she goes, my head, and then she just explodes, but she doesn't die.
No, she was actually just a grenade, like gearing up to go the whole time. Like when that started in End of Time, and now she's finally ready to just burst.
It's one of those Russell things where it's he likes his clickbait in his writing, where it's like, this thing's gonna happen, and it doesn't quite happen. Like you've got the next Doctor, and it's not actually the next Doctor. You've got Donna's death, that's not actually Donna's death. Rose dies, it's not. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's, and also I feel like it's that you've got to end on a happy ending. It's the 60th anniversary. No one wants to see their favourite companion die at the end. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
also, she's got a child now, and I feel like they just wouldn't kill her mother.
If they kill, like, they're gonna kind of have to address Bernard Cribben's dying, so they'll definitely be like you know, in memory of Bernard Cribbins, but they'll probably have to kill Wilforth. They can't kill Wilforth and Donna.
They won't kill Wilforth.
Do that.
They just wouldn't, like, because he's actually died.
Yeah, I don't think they'll address that in the narrative. I mean, I'd assume that Bernard Cribbins, like Wilf, is probably going to be in less of it than they originally wanted, but I think they'll leave it quite ambiguous what he gets up to after the events of this.
If it's not originally written that he dies, it's a bit random to like throw in. Yeah, and we've seen him shooting scenes out of order. So he's shot some for episode 3, some for episode 1.
How are they gonna like? I mean, you've both spoken before about like, oh well, I think they filmed this, but they haven't filmed that. They haven't done the TARDIS scenes by this point. Like, something like he gets wheeled into the TARDIS, but then they hadn't shot the TARDIS scenes yet. What are they gonna do about that?
I don't know. that is a question for Russell T Davies, I think.
There's a chance that they shot, so like, because if, like, once again, referring to the writer's tale, I feel like this is the Bible of Russell T Davies. But in that, there's obviously the actor who played Donna's dad was incredibly ill while they were filming series 4, and then they had to like reshoot his stuff with Bernard. And there was a point in production where they were going, we can see he's this ill, so we'll try and shoot all of his scenes first. So if they hadn't built the TARDIS set yet, maybe they'd just, I don't know, get Bernard in like the effects room or something. They'll probably have had to reshoot certain bits of it. But yeah, David Tennant did confirm he is going to be in it at some point, which is great because it's his last ever performance.
Something I did want to say on the Nobles is I just thought like the comedy was just like impeccable. That line from Donna where it was like, something so bad, the TARDIS ran away, and then the Doctor's like, yep, and there's like, we got to go kick its ass, and then she's just off. Like, that's so Donna Noble. So it's great, it's so good. Like the comedy, it just looks fun. It looks funny. Like I laughed at the jokes.
We go and kick its ass.
They both look the same. Like they haven't aged.
No, I don't know. I feel like they have, but they've aged gracefully. Like they still look just as much the Doctor. Because I think when David Tennant came back in the 50th, he didn't fully look like the Doctor. He kind of just looked like, this is David Tennant who's put on the 10th Doctor's costume because the hair was all wrong. Whereas
his emo hair was horrible.
Something wrong with it. But yeah, now they both look like proper, like this is the Doctor and Donna.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say, I want a whole Toymaker musical number. I'm going to say it. He coughed on his drink.
Especially you've got Neil Patrick Harris, who's incredible.
I think it'd be so fun. I'd be there for it.
A musical number where he's actually like singing as opposed to.
But you've got Murray Gold.
So I think
because he's returning as well. So you've got Murray Gold, and then also everyone knows that Neil Patrick Harris is like a massively good singer, and yeah, I think it'd be great. And camp.
Be so camp. People have been talking like how fun it would be, or joking about having a Doctor Who musical episode. But this is like, if it was ever going to happen, it's going to happen now. And I don't know. I think it could. Yeah,
he could exist in sort of his own realm where people can just burst into song, because if he controls everything, why not? And it's, I don't know.
That would be good. Like, if he's controlling the TVs, I'm thinking of, is it that one scene? Obviously, it's not actually a great film, so it might not be a good example. But the 2016 Ghostbusters when he
with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he like hypnotizes them all to do a dance number in like New York City. Not saying do that, because that wasn't very good, but I'm just that kind of vibe, if you get what I'm trying to say.
It would remind me, if you got like everyone involved, if any of you have seen How I Met Your Mother, the whole suit bit where he sings about suits and everyone gets involved, the whole cast. And I don't know, I just think it'd be really funny if something like that happened.
And Donna's reaction to it as well.
Yes.
What are we going on? But then you've got like One Division what was her name?
Agatha all along.
Agatha.
Yeah. They did that, and that was like a roaring success. And Russell did talk ages ago about like, I want the Doctor Who deserves what Marvel has. So maybe he's directly taking like little bits and bobs.
And another thing I was going to say, the unit building, I mean, that looks very impressive and expensive for an organization that just got like destroyed like a few episodes prior. So here's the thing, right? And we see that shot of like the apocalyptic London as well. I'm not fully convinced this is like normal Earth. I'm thinking this could be like a bubble universe that he's made.
That could be, it could just be a time jump. because
It could
the
be, yeah.
14th Doctor also seems sort of like we've got that bit where he's talking to like what's her name, the new
Kate
character.
Stewart.
No,
Ruth Medley.
Yeah, Ruth Madley's character, and he's talking. I feel like he has almost established this incarnation within UNIT already, and it's
Yeah.
like maybe there is a time jump of sorts where UNIT have got back on their feet. Maybe that's where Donna's lottery money went. Maybe she's helped them rebuild the building.
I can't wait to see Kate Stewart in like a proper episode as well, because she was just wasted in Flux. Like she was there. Like, what was her point? I wish that she hadn't been in Flux, and then this was the big Kate Stewart is back moment, because then it would be absolutely insane.
My favourite part of Flux is when she steps out of the darkness completely alone and proudly goes, "I'm Kate Stewart, head of human defence against the Sontaran." There's nobody else defending.
Yeah.
So she's just given herself a little title just for the fun of it. It's like, what,
A little plaque.
Oh.
I was going to say as well, another thing, the TARDIS, that one shot of when they're in Camden Market, and Yasmin Finn's like, whoa, and the TARDIS is going all that, like that weird blue energy. It's like sort of pulsating out of it. That doesn't look like a normal TARDIS leaves moment. That looks like something's gone wrong. Either it's being pulled in a certain direction, or maybe another little thing. If you remember the Sarah Jane Adventures, you know, the wedding one, wedding Sarah Jane Smith, where it's the Artron energy surrounding the TARDIS, and Clyde touches a bit of it and sort of uses it. I could see maybe it being something to do with that. Again, maybe that could tie into Shooty as well. Maybe you could have a swap between the two, like they did with Clyde and 11.
That bubble universe theory. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, some sort of, because then that would be like, well, David Tennant's in this universe, the TARDIS has run away back to the other universe, that run away, and then like Shooty is in the other universe, so maybe that's how we could get a multi-Doctor story, because he's in the other universe, and you know they're trying to get back. Also, my theory is that Kate Stewart is going to be evil.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Well, because they're like, when they go, oh, we're fighting against the human race or something, and he's like pleading to her, but in the next shot, like she's like behind something, she's like fire or whatever.
So how do we fight the human race? Open fire! Why does it have to be this?
And then it cuts to David Tennant running away, and yeah, it could be the Doctor and Donna running away from something different, but I think they were fighting against the human race because like the Toymakers swayed them, and I think that, and then she gets swayed and she becomes evil. Mic drop.
It's not a bad idea.
It also relates to UNIT tend to get like very easily manipulated. Like it's easy for someone to just go in and just be like, I'm the boss, and they're like, yeah, right?
It really shouldn't be that easy when you think about it, should it? Really, it shouldn't be that easy. So I'm the boss
in
now.
past
Actually,
stories, like John Pertwee era, they were manipulated all the time and stuff, and you know, they could easily be going after the Doctor and Donna because they're being manipulated.
That's not a bad idea.
makes sense. I like that. I like that.
I like it,
I like the idea.
but let me pose you.
Oh, don't ruin my bubble. I was feeling so.
Right, we have seen the first image that it cropped up in. Bonnie Langford's announcement image. She's wearing something on her arm, like a weird little metal thing. Now, if you look in the trailer as well, right, Kate Stewart has got that on her arm as well. And a bunch of the UNIT soldiers also have it on their arms. We've also, you know, the bit where there's like the guy on the motorbike, all the humans are scrapping, David Tennant jumps in between two cars. I reckon, you're bang on, the Toymaker has done something to make humans go mental. But I reckon UNIT are one step ahead, and they've got these little devices which mean anyone who's wearing one won't follow the pattern and won't go mental. When Kate's like, how am I meant to fight the human race? It's probably because the Toymaker has turned the human race against them. So the human race are coming for them, and Kate's sort of like, but I can't just shoot them because they're civilians. What do we do?
But she's going to have her armband taken off and she's going to go mental. Telling you
Yeah,
right
see, we've met in the middle. I think that's a great theory.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really funny if after all that, like, UNIT got dissolved again due to the public outcry. I just like the idea that every time UNIT appears, it just has to collapse the story after. I just think that's funny. I don't know. It's
Die
just
in
funny.
the story
Although-
after, then come back with a giant Avengers tower. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Possibly,
I mean, it looked
because it's very fancy.
it looked really fancy, and even like the idea of a helicopter, I just find that insane because you've never seen that in Doctor Who besides when he was like off on one, which was in the 50th anniversary.
But so far it's looking like it's towing the line of fan service quite well. Like there's enough for us to go, oh my god, it's like this thing, but it's not so much yet that we're like, okay, we've seen this before, do something new. So I'm really hoping that they continue to walk that quite well.
They could do it because I also think Jodie's last episode was very fan servicey. You know, you had all the doctors, you had Unit get destroyed again, you had all the companions, and yeah, we've got that too. Not we, Russell's got that too, but I feel like he'll write it in a way where it's not just. And another thing, and we've got not a new villain, but it's like the Zygons where they're returning from like donkeys ago.
I personally prefer that approach though, of like bringing back something from like ages ago and like making it fresh, as opposed to, hey guys, the Daleks again.
Yeah.
You want to see?
Who would have suspected?
Yeah, it's like I'm glad that it's someone a bit more out there, and Peep the Meep as well is like an incredibly out there choice to do. So I think like what I like about the 60th is it's doing fan service, but not all the fan service is obvious fan service. Does that make sense? Like it's more obscure things that it's referencing, where like casuals will be like, oh, that's just a cool thing, but Doctor Who fans will be like, I know what that is. I know what that is. That's this thing from this comic.
as well, the Toymaker is the perfect sort of, because obviously the original episode is lost, so it's kind of like got that element of you can kind of play around with what the original intentions were. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the original 1966 episode, the Toymaker and the Doctor already know each other, and the Toymaker has this whole thing where he's kind of like, oh, you've won my game before, let's play again. And now it's coming back again, and it's like each time it can level up, and it almost sets up, I don't know, however many years time you can have, oh my god, the Toymaker's back again. Or maybe he'll be like an overarching antagonist of the new era, some new big bad that comes back for each Doctor.
I'm looking forward to just a new premise. I mean, it's technically not a new premise of a villain, but like a different flavor of that kind of villain, if that makes sense.
But it is for most people, because I doubt, especially people our age, they won't know Classic Who that well or at all. So to see something from Classic Who, I just find more interesting, because old fans or insane fans can be like, way, and other people can just think it's a new idea, which I think is much more interesting.
It also feels like doing those villains a bit more of a service as well, because obviously I'm sure they were fantastic villains back in the day when like the budget.
The effects were bad, hun, back then.
But now they get their like. They get to come back to Doctor Who with the really cool production and the gorgeous cinematography, and it's like, yeah, well, they get their time to shine again, and now we can like go back and Russell T Davies can like handpick the best from the bunch there, rather than just, you know, going through any of them. Like he can get the best ones, go, actually that feels like it was underused, let's properly use it this time, and that's just so cool to see.
And I think the Toymaker as well has like such like cinematic potential. Like the idea of this guy that's playing constant, like it makes everyone into a game and like toys and stuff. It's very kind of reminds me of Night Terrors from the Smith era as well, when they're all in like that dollhouse. Do you think any dream sequences could happen? And maybe that's how we see Gatwa.
Maybe the musical.
Maybe the musical.
Going back on the Rose Petals, they were very American Beauty like, and I think that's something that like that bit's a dream, that bit's a fantasy. So why wouldn't it be in this bit?
That would be a really good way to work it in, actually. If they're like, well, we want to put a musical section in, we want to just do one number. Okay, we'll do this dream sequence.
I feel you could do a good montage with it as well, like while he's singing, and you cut to all the characters having all their like crisis moments and stuff like that. Also, I don't know what just sprung into my head, but apparently, like Russell teased it ages ago on Instagram, and apparently there's all the leaks and rumors. We don't know how true it is. Susan might be in this episode or one of the 3 episodes. Do we think that's likely? Would we like to see that?
I want to.
Yeah, like she's also a companion, the first companion that's still alive.
Yeah.
So why hasn't she been in yet? Is the real question.
Stu Bagful did a like what he'd have done for the 50th anniversary, and he did a really nice way of bringing Susan in. Because I was like really pro. I think we've talked about this before, Joe. Like we're big 50th anniversary stands, but then Stu Bagful's videos like it made me actually critique it, and I was like, no, I'm not sure about this. But it was a really good premise for an episode, and he worked out a really nice way of bringing Susan in. And I think it was a care home or something at the end. So it's got that sort of mournfulness as well, which I think would be, pull at the heartstrings.
Yeah, it would be great because it's that, like he said, one day he'd come back, and he's not back yet. And yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Maybe, I don't know, would it be if Tennant regenerates into Shooty, he could do it with Susan? Like, because also if Susan's a Time Lord as well, would she regenerate as well? Maybe they regenerate together, something like that, something really like 60th, and then you've got a theme of family. Like if the Doctor sees Donna's got a new family, like with her daughter and everything, by the end, does he want to go and see his family?
That would be good.
Recording in progress. Okay. I finished my makeup now, and I don't know if anyone noticed, but that was what I was doing the whole time.
Plot twist of the century.
I had this as well. I've had a thing, a mirror. That's what it's called.
But yeah, before we move on to the breakdown of the trailer, I'm going to go for shot. Let me figure out, like a teacher that doesn't know what they're doing, how to share my screen. We can all see the trailer. Here we go. So shot number 1. There's not too much to say, really. That's really cool.
We've seen that one before.
Yeah, I think it's been in every single trailer we've had so far.
They're really proud of it.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, hang on. This isn't even. This is the little waffling.
No,
bit.
this is the other one, because
Yeah, this is the trailer before the trailer.
No. It's a little waffly bit. Here we go. First shot.
Oh, then.
The definitely not stock footage shot.
It's gorgeous though. Look at the bit. You can see everything. I know I've said this, but it's really pretty.
I love how that's what you're most impressed with. You're like, wow, this footage of London looks incredible.
I've said this. It looks like the background of a computer, like a really like one of those fancy pictures. It's gorgeous.
Russell said, in Doctor Who magazine, he said he was, because I'm pretty sure this is the first shot of the 60th. He was like, can I make the first shot stock footage? Is that cheap? And it's like, nah, it works. It's nice. You've sold Rosanna, so everyone will love it.
I'll buy that picture. It's gorgeous.
Frame it on the wall.
It also reminds me of the 11th hour. You know, in the TARDIS, just like I'm expecting, like zoom in and be out of control. Boom.
Yeah, so this is just Donna talking. The line's interesting though, because it's like, yeah, she's talking about the fact that she can kind of remember. Any thoughts on that?
The only thing I was going to say, because they added in a line to this scene, because I think we see it's one of those things that we've kind of seen before, but they added in the line about sometimes I lie awake in bed and I think, or like I'm asleep in bed and I'm seeing things. And that reminds me of, if you remember back to Journey's End, like the place she went to have her memory wiped was her bed. And I'm not sure whether there's a connection there, like not necessarily like literally, but more so maybe she sees them as dreams, kind of like with Human Nature, Family of Blood. Possibly.
Oh, I'd love that, like a bedtime story. That would be really cool, actually. I do want to know like why she's started remembering now, or if she's remembering all along, to know why she hasn't exploded when the Daleks descended in London.
Yeah.
Before.
I was just thinking of that line, you know, she was like in her bed and she's like, I went to sleep in my car. I was like a flipping kid. Sorry. Popped in my mind.
Right, we'll go to the next shot. This is interesting, right? Where is he? What's going on? Why is there a hole in the wall? Thoughts?
This looks really nice.
His coat flapping. Oh, it looks. I love a flappy coat.
I like that it's like specifically a Doctor like sized hole. So I don't know whether he's like just charged through it or what's gone on there. Or whether like, I don't know, maybe he's found like an alien weapon or something and blasted through, or maybe Beep the Meep's been like scurrying through the building and that.
It's going to be Beep the Meep's underground evil lair of doom is my betting.
Oh yeah,
like yeah, something's gone on. Doctor's running through. Yeah, then we've just got another close-up of Donna there's not much to say. And we've got her finishing off the line. Yeah, that look,
These bits.
this is, I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
it's beat the MEEP's little hidey hole.
It's very nice that he's running away from the camera as she's going, and it's gone as if he's just gone into the night. He's just a dream. He's run away.
Boom. Didn't
I like
even think of that. See, this feels like English literature. It's all metaphoric.
The costume looks so good at night with like the darker coat as well. I feel like it just, I don't know what it is. Him moving about at night looks so, I don't know, it almost feels like almost like Torchwood-esque.
It looks really nice all being in the night. Well,
Yeah.
To be fair, this might just be underground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could well be underground.
But yeah, right, next shot. Donna again.
Madonna,
What have I lost? Oh, is
No.
that police sirens?
ma'am.
It sort of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, because the
I'll
shot,
put it-
it's Sylvia for
Wait.
sure.
maybe he's running away from the police because they're evil and they're led by Kate Stewart, who's now evil.
You're really
Yeah, no,
fun
that's
with this
definitely-
theory.
Maybe the police are investigating the ship crash. That would
Maybe
make
Elise
sense.
doesn't like Kate Stewart. It's
I
all
love Kate Stewart, but evil Kate Stewart would be so cool. Just you wait. You'll all come flocking to me and I'll be going, I told you so.
Yeah,
Just
can we
you
get hashtag evil Kate Stewart in the 60th trending on Twitter? But yeah, so is it, yeah, it's probably not underground, it's like a warehouse. Oh, hello.
This shot's
Oh,
interesting.
his hair.
He looks
Yeah.
terrified. He looks absolutely terrified. This could be the Toymaker's realm of some description, and like maybe he's doing something, or maybe he has Donna and he's like, "You leave her alone," because he looks very, very like worried about this in this shot.
You
But
reckon?
his hair looks so good.
Oh no, it is. I was gonna say like the 50th ruined it, but this makes it. This is weird in slow mo now. It's too slow.
Yeah,
Make it slightly less.
yeah. Go
slow.
0.5.
Oh, there's some fairy lights.
No,
on
now you've done 1.5. Just sped it up.
It's too quick. But yeah, no.
but we've already seen that shot. It's clearly, is it Camden?
Yeah,
go
Camden
0.5.
Market.
Yeah, these are the shot. Like there were certain things that, like this bit's always been used. That hasn't.
This
Yeah,
is going to be him meeting Donna. I mean, it's basically been leaked, but yeah, I think he goes to put a parcel on top or move a parcel, and then they see each other face to face for the first time.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, look. there.
Oh my
that
god!
face. That face. She's about to go what?
Ooh, flashback.
Oh, I love the
Flashback.
flashback.
Also, I wonder if this is very nerdy thing here. They announced a new Blu-ray, didn't they, of these? The remastered 1 to 4. I wonder if that's this footage. I wonder
Yeah,
if
it will
maybe they
be.
wanted to get
Does
it done
look
for
a
this.
lot better
Yeah.
than like
It does,
you know when
doesn't
it's
it?
on BBC and it's like all blurry and then you skip to like the Easter episodes and it looks so much better.
Mm.
Also, where's that shot from?
Is that What Was a Mars? Ending of What Was a Mars? Is it?
No, it's too odd to be what.
I genuinely can't recognise where it's from.
Is it not when he turns into like the Meta Doctor? Oh no, he's wearing a T. I don't know.
No, because it's not when Donna has a memory wipe, because he's in the rain. A shot we've never seen.
It could be Doctor's daughter actually, because he's in the blue suit.
Yeah.
Could be at the end of that where he's thinking about when his daughter and his family and Donna's there, like she'll be all right, you know, or something, or she won't be all right from their
And we
perspective.
watch every
They died.
episode too, just to find that clip.
Sounds like a brilliant plan. Let's get started.
Someone in the comments will know. Then yeah, this shot, Journey's End, very.
Oh, I love that shot. She looks great. No.
Start crying. Oh, Rosanna, can I put a quick clip of you crying to Doomsday in this video or not?
Because you're like, shut up.
It's so sad. It's not sad.
It's a bit sad, but it's not that deep.
It's so sad.
We'll see her in 2 series time.
I don't care. No, you see in the next episode, he keeps daydreaming about.
She will come back, and she does. This is controversial take here. We're gonna have a mini discussion. Doomsday is not that sad.
It's so sad.
I think if you're into
You
the
can
romance,
insert-
it's sad, isn't it? Like if you're into
No,
the
No, I
Doctor
need to
and
the romance.
Rose.
Nice bits.
You can insert the picture of me and Lee's crying to Doomsday. It is.
We've got so many. The amount of footage we have of Rosanna sobbing to Doomsday on multiple occasions. could make up this entire video.
The thing is, I warn people. I say, don't put that on. Oh,
So we reckon she's with Unit, right? We reckon that's...
Yeah, no, moving on from the emotion. Ruth Madley with Unit. Is this in Camden Market or is this somewhere else?
Yeah, look
It
at
sort of
that.
looks like it,
It's in
doesn't it?
Camden Market.
Yeah, the way they're talking seems like they've known each other for a while, and we've never seen her in Who before, so maybe it's a time jump.
I reckon it is. It's got to be. And then, yeah, this is the spaceship crashing in it. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous.
Oh, and this is going to be the shed.
I love this bit.
The garden shed
Yes.
where Beep's hiding.
Do you reckon it's Wilf's shed?
But would he live in the shed? No. Would he have a conspiracy shed? Yes. And he's not with the family for the
It's them
majority
aliens
of the
again.
They keep his telescope in there. They keep his little telescope in there, and his,
Right,
Oh,
next shot. Oh, this is great.
No, because also like I'm thinking someone's just poked you in the
Yeah,
eye.
Oh.
That is so painful.
Also, can you imagine just putting your finger on a live being's eye? Like, that would not feel nice.
I don't like. She could just, I don't know, like pat it on the head or something, but just straight for the eye.
Oh, I love her. I just love the way she speaks. I know that's so stupid, but like her going, "What
I
the
love
heck?"
that line as well. That's just being said there. We've got a bloody Martian in the shed. I love it. It's great.
And then, yeah, this is going to be Unit rocking up because the Wraith Warriors, the big green people, are here to cause some havoc. Do you reckon the Doctor knows? Because obviously, if we, little history lesson, go back to the original comics, Beep the Meep is evil, and these Wraith Warriors are after him to try and imprison him. They're kind of like classic Jadoon in a way. So it's kind of like, do you reckon the Doctor knows that? Or is this going to be the first time he sort of pieces it all together?
This will be the first time I reckon book example where it's like that story was, I think, the 7th Doctor book originally, like a Target novel. And then I'm such a nerd. And then they basically just make it again, but for New Who. So I reckon they'll probably just make it the first time. I mean, it'd be cool if he knew. It'd be cool if he remembered. And it tied
I
into.
knew he was evil. That was a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Sylvia.
I love this bit.
Having her back's great. Do you reckon? I think she's going to be really nice to Donna's daughter.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but
she's
then-
horrible to Donna.
Yeah, but horrible to Donna. So she'd be like, "Well, why didn't you do this for her?" Or something like that.
Oh, how you doing, sweetheart? Just, as soon as Yasmin Finney walks in.
This bit's
She
great.
gets a bit of a redemption arc because she just sort of left being a bit of a nasty woman, and I quite like her to be.
In a minute, she's still smacking him around the face, so she's not changed.
Oh
that
no,
much.
but that's like a typical like EastEnders like Jackie
Always the
Tyler.
mother.
I love it. Did EastEnders convince you that was a normal reaction? Like
No.
when I was
No.
when I was little, I was like, "Oh yeah, someone annoys you."
Beavis and
There's-
Beep looks so cute though.
There's
He looks
shot.
so good.
And I can't get over the fact that Miriam Margolyes is voicing him. It's just amazing.
No,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not know
No.
this?
No,
Miriam Margolyes is Beep the Meep.
no, but she's a Blatherine.
that's crazy.
She can
That's
play.
all. That is well cool.
Whoosh. Slow motion replay.
That's a proper slap as well. Like
Yeah.
he went flying.
Do we
I
reckon
love
he's
his reaction as well. Here we
he's
go
going to be
again.
peeking through the letterbox while Beep the Meep's in there? Then he's like, okay, I've got to intervene. Goes in, just gets decked.
Oh. Always the mothers.
Oh.
I love that reaction. Here we go again.
Yeah, have they got guns or are those their hands?
It looks like they've got guns to
They're
me.
guns because they're clearly shooting.
Yeah, but there might be like shooty hands.
I
Yeah.
think they're separate. They look separate. to
They're
me.
holding it. Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah.
stupid.
I know they're from
Also-
the comic.
The Force. What's going on?
Is it a force field? Does he put something up? I doubt that. That's not very Doctor
Could
Who.
be a
but-
unit force field, to be fair.
But it looks
it
like
could
his hand is causing it, unless he's hitting the
Yeah.
force field.
Artron energy. Artron
Oh, no, it is.
energy.
That's
Hang on,
like,
you're
like
right.
the TARDIS protecting him.
Look at the wall. Look at the wall. It's all going across the wall, so it's not just.
Oh yeah,
Tennant's
it will be a force field.
Yeah, look, it's here.
It could be the TARDIS, I'm telling you now.
Strange
He's like,
stuff.
like a snapping turtle.
Is this going to be Wild Blue Yonder? I reckon it is.
I think so. I think the ship stuff will be wildly on. Yeah.
Some weird alien ship. Do you reckon the whole episode's going to be set on this ship or something?
I think they could, right? I think they could. I think it'll be. This is my little theory about this. They're going to be trapped on that ship, but the Toymaker is going to start playing with their minds. So that's when you're going to get the scene.
Amazing. Sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna get the scene of like the Toymaker doing all the puppeteering thing. Maybe he'll do a thing where he just remove the reef, so you've got no more oxygen. What are you gonna do now? Stuff like that. That feels very possible to me.
Because I feel like we haven't had like a proper good base under siege episode in like ages. It's almost giving like you know, trapped in the TARDIS type vibes when everything's going a bit wrong. But if they're trapped on a random ship and like all of these oh no, you got me excited now. I'm gonna be let down if that's not the way it is.
Nice. Okay, next. Yeah, it's
Oh,
the same ship
it's
running
got
down
to be.
corridors.
Because they're running, like, I love running in corridors. I know it's very Christian will hate it, but I think it looks great.
It does. It's so bizarre to see them back. Also, is this Donna's house being blown up? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon Unit will probably blow it up to try and get to beat the beep or something, maybe. Yeah, that looks. I mean, it seems to be that's what's going on.
With
That looks a
evil.
bit like Kate Stewart, just planning to blow up the house to me. Like,
It does add to that theory. Why are Unit blowing up their house? I can tell you why. Because they're possessed. We saw in the other trailer, didn't we? You might be right that they have the little possessed.
Oh yeah, the guy with the eyes. Yeah.
So I'm telling you now.
Oh, this bit is sick.
It's so like high budget for Doctor Who. Like it's like a Marvel show or something. It's mad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I never thought I'd see Doctor Who looking this good.
Yeah, I need to see something cheap, so it makes my soul better. Yeah.
Balances it out.
This is
this shot. This shot. Look at his face.
What's
Is this where he goes? Oh, that bit.
Computer by the looks of it. Oh, do you
Is
reckon?
that not
do you
the
remember?
news woman? Like
Yeah, no, I was
like
gonna
the
say.
news.
It could be what's her name? What's her
Trinity
name? Trinity
Wells.
Wells, is it?
Yeah.
America is in crisis.
Yeah.
What an
Oh,
In fact,
I
she's
love that.
supposed to be in Sarah Jane. Hope everyone knows that.
Also, this is good promotion. Rosanna and myself are going to make a Sarah Jane video at some point, so subscribe for that. I haven't told you lot to subscribe yet, but there you go. Sarah Jane. Who doesn't love Sarah Jane?
about an hour of the video when there's about 20% of the original viewers watching. Well done.
That's very generous. Then we've got Bristol. This is the stuff we saw them filming in Bristol. Is this going to be dream sequence, or do we reckon he's there? I reckon he's there.
I reckon it's there. I reckon he's there, right? But he's just not affected by the chaos, so he's just dancing through it. That's where that scene comes from.
Also, we can see the top of Wilf's hat right at the bottom there.
Just show Wilf. Please just show him for one shot.
Oh, love Wilf. After a very long time. Something's coming back.
He is dancing, and is that the same street? You know where that bit of Journey's End where there's looters, there's bombs going off, and Rose is just walking with a gun and looking really cool. It looks like the same. Probably not.
I think it's from the Bristol filming, so probably not. But it's the same vibe, isn't
Similar
it?
vibe.
Like
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Then we've got this. This is just Beat the Meep hiding behind a bin.
That looks like the same alley that she exploded in I can't
End of
remember.
time.
End of Time.
Yeah, because also that is where, because me and Joe went to the Sarah Jane house. That is literally behind her house.
Is it?
Yeah.
It
Oh,
might not be
yes.
that alleyway.
Stop debunking me.
But if it is, we went there.
I like how one of the biggest pieces of discussion we've had is look at this alleyway. It's sort of like this alleyway.
Yeah, the shots with the Doctor, Donna, Beep the Meep. No. The empty alleyway with bins. This is fascinating. I'm trying to see if there is anything. It's not. It's just an alleyway.
No, it's
No
just an
post
alleyway.
There was a bin in the one in End of Time. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, monsters.
He is
Yeah, more
adorable.
Bristol. Just the subtitles. Ha 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 ha.
The giggle.
The Joker be like,
This, right, what do we reckon that is?
The TARDIS,
What?
where
yeah, that's where the TARDIS is like trying to get out or something. So it's like forced its way out.
Then is it rebuilding
Shake.
itself? Is that the wall rebuilding or what? Like,
it looks wrong. That it like doesn't look real.
yeah. It's weird. I don't know what's going on here.
So something so bad the TARDIS ran away.
Could it be
I
like
love
a
his
style wall where the two like if we're going with the bubble universe theory where they're like pressed up against each other and it's I don't know, I'm rambling,
It could be.
shaking against the wall.
Oh, I love this line. It's typical.
I love his
Meg.
reaction as well. Yes.
Here we go.
I need like some Murray Gold music, like Donald's.
Yeah, I'm
like,
surprised
theme.
they haven't shown any of that yet. I'm
The music
surprised.
to the trailer sounded really nice. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, and again, shots of London.
That is, it's such good iconography. Just the TARDIS and the helicopter.
It looks like London's burning.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's already in crisis.
Kate Stewart's blown it up.
I
I'm
like
not-
how the funny thing is, right? If that happens in the episode, we're gonna get so many comments on this video being like, "Oh my god, you called it!" And we're never gonna-
You knew. Right, what's next? Oh, this is cool as well. Ominous helicopter.
I saw someone memeing this shot on Twitter saying like, me asking for McDonald's, but Mum says we've got food at home. It's just that shot. Just looking out the window. Oh,
I
memes
fancy
are-
oh.
Also,
It's
what do we
actually-
think of the new Avengers Tower?
yeah.
Very odd.
I think it's really good for a secret organization to have a massive skyscraper that says the secret organization's name.
I was gonna say, like, imagine like MI5 just having a big building with MI5 written on
To
the
be fair,
side.
I think they do.
Do
Like
they?
Scotland Yard having a building that says Scotland
That's a good
Yard.
point. They
I'm
do.
pretty
to be
sure
fair,
they
that's a good
do.
point.
It also looks like such a cool building.
It does.
Like
It
it's
does.
definitely Avengers inspired. Like Stark Tower is literally that.
I love how we spend the most time analysing the building and the alleyway. But yeah, cool bit. Oh, this bit's great.
Kate Lethbridge Stewart. It's like it's such a the way he delivers it is so his doctor. I don't know whether that makes any sense, but of course it is. But it's just like
Has he met her? I don't think he has.
The 50th.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's actually getting the 50th and the 60th. That's nice.
yeah, it's
I
cool
like-
that Kate's been both. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Kate's in everything now. She's like the only constant in all the Doctor's eras. It's kind of mad.
Well, she's basically like her dad because he was in everything as well. He was in the 20th. I don't know if that 30th, but he was in the. Yeah.
He was in the everything. But this does
He was
bring
in
up
the
a little point on Kate Stewart. She's cracking, and it's great to have her show up. But all she ever does is go, "My dad's the Brigadier."
Yeah.
Are we going to get to see an actual proper
Proper
character
character.
come in?
If there's one person who could do it, it's RTD. Realistically, like, I mean, we've seen that as well, even recently with like Mel. Mel wasn't known for being like a super in-depth character back in the day, but
She
brought her
screamed
back,
a
Yeah.
lot.
and that was about it, you know. But he's brought her back with the express desire of let's take this character and make them something big. And I feel like he could probably do the same for Kate. So I'm more optimistic about seeing Kate here than I was in like because I think it was Elise who said earlier about like how she didn't really do anything in Flux. It's like I'm more optimistic about seeing her here because it's like she's probably going to be given more purpose and more personality and more time to show her teeth, I suppose.
I mean, me and Elise were talking about this, but we miss side characters being really good. Like,
Which I did so well. So
yeah, and you look at someone like, I know I'm going to talk about Doomsday again, but Yvonne from Doomsday, she's such a, like, everyone knows who she is, and, she's just such a character, and I feel like he can do that with anyone.
Linda with a Y. She was in.
Oh, Linda with a Y.
She was nothing, but I was sad when she died, and I feel like she had more to her than Kate, specifically Kate in Flux. She was just there. Want proper stuff with her.
Agreed. Dun dun dun. Yeah, this is
Oh,
just
this
so
shot.
good.
This
That
shot.
looks insane.
Mm.
Like,
That can't be real.
it's not.
I mean, the helipad is, to be fair, the helipad bit is, because we've seen
No, but
that
like-
from.
Doctor Who doesn't have the budget for this.
It does now. The Doctor's been invited to Mickey Mouse's clubhouse now. We can expect a lot more of this.
But what if Doctor Who just does lose its charm when it's not got like bad aliens in like stupid masks that mouths don't move? Like, what if that is the true meaning behind Doctor Who? Now it's got fancy CGI.
If you want funny masks, you can go watch Echoes something.
Echo's Destiny or Echo's End or Echo's Return. The entire franchise.
Because there were so many masks.
Good
That were
nose.
painful.
Yeah. Everyone in here is in those films. Rosanna's yet to make her debut, but we've got the one and only Drills, Dr. Liz. Elise is the Doctor confirmed, and Thari's sort of is there for like 5 seconds.
I've been everything. No, yeah, no. I mean, oh no, actually, that's not part of the Echoes, is it? When I was the Daleks, that was something else.
That's non-canon. But anyway, right, the
Yeah.
TARDIS, blue mist coming out of it, Artron energy, maybe. What we
Yeah,
think?
I think it could be because, like, if you look at it, like the windows, they look all distorted and weird looking. Like they don't look like normal. So I reckon it's like phasing in and out, which is very similar to how it looked in Wedding of Sarah Jane, where it's like it needs a bit more power. Come on, and it's like trying to get through to the Doctor. So I think it could be.
And also, this gives me, you know, it looks exactly the same as the Wedding of Sarah Jane. You know, where the Doctor goes in the TARDIS and he's like trying to get them, and they're all
Yes,
outside
yeah.
yelling. So maybe it's Donna and the Doctor in there trapped.
Yeah.
Who's the guy standing next to Rose?
That's
That's
husband.
Sean Temple. No,
Yeah.
that's her dad.
Oh, then we've got more Bristol stuff. What is going on with this as well? There's
Yeah,
a
the plane. Yeah, what's
The
the plane
plane's
about?
Russian.
Is that because the Toymaker's taken over people's brains and then they're like
Yeah.
crash and like the pilot's like, oh bloody hell, I've been hypnotized, and then they crash.
That's exactly
This
what
is
the dialogue will be.
interesting.
Bloody hell, I've been hypnotised. Bang.
Yeah.
Well, it reminds me of what's that Capaldi episode where all the
This-
planes just stop.
Yeah, Magician's
Oh,
Plane episodes. and
Look at
everything.
this. Something entered this. What's all that about? Thing is, that doesn't look like Ultra Energy because it's purple.
Maybe.
Mm.
It,
Or, you know what it could be? I don't think it'll be a reference to Flux, but you know how Flux was like, oh, this is the reality between universes. And like they established they can like, there's entire universes. What if like either the Toymaker or again, leading to the bubble universe theory, this universe is separate to the 15th Doctor's universe? So maybe he's trying to break through, possibly?
It's I keep thinking because the whole like something entered this world and this mist. Is there something big they're hiding? Like not
I
just
think
the
so.
Toymaker, something else like ominous and evil that's coming for the Doctor. Then this I watched them film that shot. That's my claim to fame. I was there standing like a little sad person, really far away with my camera. They did it about 7 times in the boiling heat, and then they got a rain machine.
I love the toy shop as a setting as well. Like just the way it's decorated and stuff. It looks so good.
it's really pantomime, but in a really good way.
Yeah.
Oh no, it isn't.
No.
But
oh, yes, it is. That was so
There we
delayed.
go. There we go. Everyone in the comments, tell me how great that joke was because I think it was amazing. In terms of the toy shop, I think this is the proper confrontation in it. I reckon episode 1, or I don't know, maybe all these things are happening, then episode 3 is the confrontation, but this is definitely the moment that the Doctor's like, oh, it's the Toymaker, dun dun dun, cliffhanger sort
not gonna lie, the toy shop is a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? Like
No,
you'd
but
hope he'd figure that out.
It's
No,
the
you know what,
dialogue
no.
where it's going, oh, but he's recognizing me. Like it's
Yeah.
this moment, because also like the Doctor's probably walked past like the Entertainer or Smith's Toys Superstore before, and he
That's a
hasn't
good
just gone, "It's him, he's back."
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what it
Could be
looks
anyone.
like as well? You know that bit in Torchwood where it's, I can't remember his name, but it's the old guy, the creepy old guy who zaps him
Ibis,
back
is
in
it?
time.
Phyllis.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or the guy in Sarah Jane with the parrot who like zaps him back in time. That vibe.
The only way this scene could have been made better if they just had it in like a decrepit, desolate Toys R Us sort of.
Toys
Yes.
R Us is back. I walked past
Yeah,
the
they're
Toys R Us the other day.
There's one in Cheltenham.
There is. It's mad.
I went in.
He's popped
What's
through to
all
our
this about? This whole shot.
This
with,
is
like,
going to be Beep the
whatever
Meep
this is.
spaceship
Oh
launch.
yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right.
Boom.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
What's all
hang
this?
on. This means, you know, the big
Yeah.
wide shot that I think we'll come to in a second. Yeah, no, look, this. That's Beep the Meep,
Oh
I reckon.
no.
What, all that, do you think?
What, 'cause
Wow.
that looks like his rocket is ramming itself into the floor and then it's creating all
I mean,
of
that is what happens in the comic. I think they say that like.
About the comic. I don't know.
No, but I've got for the viewers, Rosanna. I've got to say.
It looks like, you know, the bit in Stranger Things where the guy's like on top of it and he gets like disintegrated.
Yeah, I've seen some people say about Stranger Things as well.
Also, what is this? Because this looks like in the
See that door? That door's weird. Look, that door's like not meant to
it's
be
got
there.
the clown face from the Toymaker's like,
Mm.
OG episode.
Oh, maybe he'll kill Kate. I can't lie. It looks like he's running after her.
No, not to be that guy, but we saw her filming for series 14, didn't we? So
Oh, shut up, Harry.
fair enough.
on Evil Kate still in the game, but watch how she says open fire and then it cuts to the Doctor running away. I'm telling you,
No,
they
but
are
that's
Maybe
the house.
he's
though,
in the
isn't it?
house. He's in Donna's
Yeah,
house.
he's in a different place.
making-
Maybe
Yes, she
she's remote doing it via Zoom.
there you go.
Minor break there because of Zoom. But next shot is them two hugging.
No. And then she dies because she says binary, binary, binary.
This bit's interesting, right? Why is he so angry? Why does
So-
it have to be this? What's going on?
Oh, well, maybe he has to choose between saving Donna and saving the world. I feel like that's something very Doctor Who that they'd bring in there
Yeah.
because he's so angry. And I feel like he has to make a choice, and neither option's fantastic. But then that brings in the is she going to die or not?
I said this in my trailer breakdown, which, by the way, if anyone wants to go see it, you're more
It will not be linked in the
Um,
description.
you're more than free. I said this. This could be just me imagining it, but it kind of looks like there's a bit of reflective glass almost. I could be wrong between like David and the shot. I'm thinking maybe it won't be exact, but you know that bit in End of Time Part 2 where it's like Wilf is stuck in one of the gas chamber things, and he's like, "Oh, can you let me out?" It's like, "No, because then I'll die." And then yeah, all that happens. I reckon it could be a similar thing where it's like
I could do so much more.
Donna
So
gets locked.
more.
Donna gets locked in somewhere, and he can't save her without having to like die again. I think maybe or
It could
something
be.
like that.
It could be like the Toymaker, like toying with him, in that he's putting Donna in the same situation Wilf is because he's
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Something like that. That would be sick.
I could
Yeah.
do so more.
Then this bit's brilliant. That's so cool.
Oh,
Like,
It doesn't look bad. It looks great.
I know. Doctor Who's got a budget. I feel like, you know, that old guy at the end of Voyage of the Damned is that
I've got money.
yeah. Yeah. And
This
Oh.
shot, he's really scared. Like, man, that's another thing I want to say. Not to drag the previous stuff too much, but I'm really looking forward to the Doctor feeling like really kind of emotionally stressed out, like properly like feeling the weight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I feel like David Tennant is so good at just doing those scenes as well. It's gonna
And Russell writes them so well. Oh my god, that is insane.
This is mad. Like, what's going on here?
Also, the shard's on fire in that shot. If you
Is it?
Yeah, if you pause it in a moment. Hang on. There we go.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
Look at
Oh
the
my
back.
goodness!
Yikes.
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
someone pointed out, if you've been keeping an eye on the Who Spy thing, that weird thing where they've been doing little
Yeah.
pictures. There's a blueprint in one of the pictures for what looks to be that gun. So presumably, either that's an alien gun that Unit have commandeered. I thought it might be the Toymakers, but I think it might be an alien gun that they've like taken and reappropriated or made. You know, kind of again, sort of thinking of Doomsday. That one scene was like, you know, it crashed here. It's our property. Sort of that whole thing.
And is he just gonna? What is it? Does it just fire at the Doctor? Like, what's going on?
It looks like a dream sequence because he's in. I know it sounds stupid, but he's in different clothes. He's constantly doing something that just doesn't seem normal, or well, obviously, but like.
Well, I reckon it's going to be like he exists outside of the laws of time or something, and he just comes in as all these characters, kind of like Doctor Who Echoes Return, where the villain comes in all of their different costumes.
And you couldn't even provide me a link in the description. Unbelievable.
It reminds me of, you know, Toby Jones as the Dream
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this bit's really cool.
That shot of the gun, I feel like it's so good because the aesthetics of, like, it just feels, I don't know how to explain it, but like I love the aesthetics of the Toymaker, and I love that sort of, I don't even know what to describe it as. I don't know design very well, but then against that like ultra modern, like gorgeously
Like
shot
steel punk.
Yeah.
What's it called?
steampunk type,
Steampunk.
but it's so cool against the like the real contemporary background, and seeing it properly, like that is London and it's shot on a nice camera.
It's so mad. Also, I'm stealing this from someone in my comments, so thank you, whoever it is. I'll put your @ somewhere. But if we look at the sky in this scene, I haven't checked it out for myself, but if we look at the sky in this scene, and then I know we're skipping ahead a bit, but where is it? It's the same sky.
Is it?
Is it?
That one looks more orange.
If you think though, in close up, could it be? Look, that sort of sky. If Shooty's off to the side by the sunset, David races it. Shooty's like round there. Who knows?
That's a stretch.
That was a great idea. I thought it was a great idea. These guys have shut it down.
It could be.
Right,
I'm
you
not
sound
now.
completely convinced.
Yeah, but also that shot before, like the raise your hand, someone's clearly pointing a gun at her.
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, what is going on in episode 2? That's the thing I'm wondering. What is going on that ship?
It just looks sick. But like, I love that we don't know a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys have your theories and you know all the blooming comics, and me and Elise are sitting
fair,
here like, we don't know anything.
Even me and
I
Joe
don't-
have no idea about like episode 2 though. We haven't got a clue. They've kept
Well,
that
that's
very
good. We
Yeah.
should keep
That's
it
how I love
like,
going with it. Knowing like barely anything, like looking at the trailers and like that's what they want to show us. I don't like looking at all the leaks and that.
Yeah.
Apart from when you guys tell me.
yeah, no, I
Yeah.
hate looking at leaks. Terrible thing. Terrible.
Oh, look how sad he looks in this.
a little part of me was like, he's gonna say, I just want a mate.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he looks a little bit distraught, but still.
I don't know if I can save your life this time. There's definitely going to be like an ultimatum thing of save the world or save Donna. Whoever said that earlier. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's got, it's so sad.
Can't see her die. Oh,
Look at
there's
Oh, that's against the wall that we were looking at earlier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's forcing its way out. That's what I thought. I said it's like it's pushing its way out. The
So-
TARDIS is pushing its way.
If we match this up right, you know the Camden filming where the TARDIS is leaving,
Mm-hmm.
I reckon that's going to be the cliffhanger of episode 1. Then episode 2, it's going to take them here, boot them out because maybe they need to be there for some reason. Then the TARDIS is like, I'm off. Goodbye.
I'm out of here. So
Yeah.
maybe the TARDIS gets like what do you call it? Like co-opted at the end of episode 1 by the Toymaker, and it sends them here.
Yeah, there's something
Possibly.
going on. Then, yeah, just more shooting.
He's been shot a lot though, that particular soldier. I've seen him in 2 shots now.
Maybe he's going to be like an incidental character.
Like Ross.
I was literally, yeah.
The new Ross. This guy's quite cool. I like the Wraith Warriors. Then, Toymaker.
Yeah, what's this?
They've got little
Oh, look.
cards.
Yeah.
Lights.
I didn't notice that. dream sequence. This is what I'm saying.
The
This is what
ceiling's
I'm-
caving in behind them as well. This is like
It's
proper.
not
It looks like Inception.
Everything is going in behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, musical
Oh,
number.
That is
Yeah,
so
it's so
American Beauty.
it's gotta be,
Like-
isn't it? Els, Rose, Jasmine Finney's Rose,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
sort of that whole thing as well. Like maybe like they'll do something with Rose Temple Noble. It's like I'll let her die. It's like
Is that
oh,
why he
there's-
says the whole world laughing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's the ventriloquist dummy behind it.
oh yeah,
What's he called
Stooky
again?
Bill.
But
I don't
it's
know what
definitely him. Because after watching that footage, everyone watching this video, if there is anyone still watching, Google Stooky Bill. Because that, yeah, first TV broadcast testing from that guy that invented TV, it's him, definitely. So I don't know where they're going to go with that, but it's interesting.
It reminds me of just for your fact, it reminds me of Mr. Magpie and
Yeah.
Mm.
Hi.
Oh, there's a long darkness. Oh yeah, here we are. yeah.
Shooty. What a
I'm
man.
so excited.
So yeah, I don't know whether you can play the audio here, but when I mentioned about 3 years ago when when this video started, you can hear the of Jodie from her regen. So that seems deliberate to me.
Oh,
can hear
maybe
Jodie.
he's on the cliff top, maybe.
Maybe.
That
Yeah.
was a bit.
also his jacket doesn't look like the same one. It looks
Yeah, it's definitely a new jacket.
There's
Oh,
another
you
one.
oh.
another-
Hear her breathing.
Has anyone else just finished sex
Yeah.
education though? So they're just
I
like,
have.
oh, it's Eric.
Yeah.
No, the whole time watching it, I was just like, that's the doctor. There's that bit where Eric's like, excuse me, what's your name? And then he tells him his name and he's like, well, I didn't ask you, shut up. And it's like the most
No, but
doctory thing ever.
obviously you're gonna have to edit this out. You know the bit where he's getting like, you know, in the club. I was like, that's the
Oh,
doctor.
Shooty Gatwa, there's just something so doctory. It's like, oh, I can't wait.
It's got that like, understated confidence, particularly in that shot. Like he's sure of himself and he knows he's the doctor.
Yeah. And then boom, the logo. I think that's everything in the trailer, isn't it?
No, because you're missing out the best bit, guys.
Oh yes. of
There
course.
he is.
Literally, I feel like it's my childhood returning.
Do you remember that one of Matt Smith where it was like do 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 do, and he just like looked around?
Yeah, he uses the Sonic to Sonic the subscribe button. I remember that.
Oh, well, that was banging trailer. But yeah, there we go. It felt like a decade making that video, but we've done it. It's over. Yeah, any final thoughts?
We've just
Oh, yeah,
spoken
you
for
go.
2 hours. I don't know if there's any more thoughts.
I just find it funny because I've just talked about Doctor Who. Well, we've just talked about Doctor Who for about nearly 2 hours, and now I'm gonna go out.
Yeah, and yeah, same. So am I.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Partying.
I've got so many clubs to visit just after this.
But yeah, anyway, that closes out the video nicely. A sad little reminder that all of us here are tragic. But thank you very much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Rosanna's TikTok will be linked. Elise's TikTok and YouTube, she has both, will be linked. And Thary's, don't look up Thary. No, his YouTube channel will be in the description, and if we get enough, we can continue our ongoing plot thread here. Dennis, I'm gonna. Have
Oh
to
yes, every time.
Dennis,
My poor
Thary
my
Sideman-head. Do we want him to stay on my channel, or do we want him to be returned to Thary's?
I can't. There was a bra hanging off Dennis then.
What have you been doing to
Interesting
him?
gown cut.
What have you been doing to Dennis?
This can round out the video. Thary's or not Thary's? That is the question.
Not Barry.
Not
Please.
Barry's.
Yeah.
Please. Oh.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.